Welcome back to the channel, guys, and it is time to get rid of, don't know if you can hear that on the channel, the rattly old, quite annoying looking exhaust. So it's been one of the first things I wanted to do on this car, mainly because it rattles so much. And also, I always said if I've ever got a Jap car, I really want a Jap Can. So if you haven't seen the previous episode, got a bit of a parts haul and bits and pieces on this car. We've got coilovers, we've got a new valve cover gasket, and we've got a full exhaust system, or say full exhaust system. We've got a new sports cap back. Manifold has not been done as of yet, purely because I can't make my mind up. I just want to go 4-to-1, turbo it or supercharge it. I kind of want to live with the car a little bit, and I don't see the point of buying a manifold to just take it out again a year later. So we'll see what happens. If one comes up cheap, maybe I might grab it, but I'm not going mad with the manifold. I know that's what's going to free up the most power for the car, but we'll get there when we get there at the end of the day. This is to stop this. It's an MOT fail, the bracket's completely snapped, it rattles. I lost another piece on the way to work the other day of heat shield, and yeah, it's not good, it can't stay like that. So, sun's out, roof's going to come off soon, and we need to get a nice exhaust fitted to it. So I'll just quickly run through what I've got. I have just doubled, obviously going to be doubled up on this because I did it in the last video, but I've laid it out nice now, it's all unpackaged, and we'll quickly show you what I'm dealing with on the car and what we've got that's new. Right, so let's start with all the new bits first. So, like I said in the previous episode, got all new bobbins for it, fitting kit that came with it, and that is the catback system. So I've unboxed it, baffles out of it, don't need that. We will keep it, we'll keep it in the boot because go on track days or whatever like that, or just get a bit too noisy, we'll see. I'm hoping with this actual cat still, it's the silencer inside, that it'll be okay. So I managed to get this. I don't think I showed this in the video, I can't quite remember, but this is a sports cat from MX5 spares, or MX5 parts UK I think they're called, and it comes with carbon composite gaskets, whole new hardware, which is one of the things that I kind of didn't want to have to deal with on this car. I think it's all going to snap. Mainly I'm going to basically try and get these two bolts off and take the old exhaust off in one piece. Not bothered trying to undo loads of nuts and bolts I need to do because we've got all new stuff to go on. So let's have a quick look at the exhaust. But yeah, you can see it's lovely, all stainless and a silly Jap Can. So let's check out underneath the car. So this is kind of what we're dealing with. Horrible exhaust tip, I don't know what that's all about, it sticks out so far from the car. This is heavily corroded, both sides. The mount is starting to come away there. That, make of that what you will, it's atrocious, it's a bit of a mess, hence why I'm not even going to bother undoing these, just all going to go in a bin as one thing. This car on the underside is very, very clean really for what it is, but the biggest thing that I noticed, I found my rattle. So let me get under, that's not even attached, so there's my rattle, and I lost the heat shield up there, and obviously that's the old cat. So obviously all that's just going to go. We've got all these new mounts, we've got everything to replace it all, so I'm going to just take it off for the two bolts at the front up there and hope that I can just take it out. But yeah, we're going to get cracking with it. So without further ado, let's just get time lapse on the go. Oh, brake saving bro, and yeah, let's crack on. Right guys, you saw me get the buzz gun out on that. There's a ton of rust that's fallen out of it, but it snapped both of the bolts coming out, and that is literally what I thought it would do. But it's out, that's the important thing. I can now literally start getting the exhaust off its hangers, pulling it all out, clean back that face of the downpipes. This is the downpipe all the way along, and then start mocking up my bits, and hopefully the sports cat and stuff works with the Malian exhaust. It should do. So I've dry fitted it all together, it should be fine. But yeah, let's get cracking. Just a point to get a buzz gun, everyone. That honestly, an impact gun, I wouldn't have done it without it. Getting an angle grinder in that corner would never have got in there. I'd have cut the gearbox or the drive shaft. I don't have a little disc cutter either, which I probably should invest in, but obviously that was just so much easier. So a big shout out to my missus for getting me that for Christmas, because that was awesome. But let's get rid of all this rusty crap now and let's start placing some new stuff in there. So that was a bit of the bracket. It should be attached somewhere like that, and it's obviously snapped off. Yeah, you can kind of see the issue I've got, like that, rattles, broken, and that, don't know what that is. So, but it's off. That was imminently about to fall through, and it looks like an exhaust extension over an exhaust extension. So, yeah, weird. But yeah, it's out. It's the main thing, and let's start mocking up the new stuff. Alright, so just mock this up on the car. I believe this part's the bit that goes to the front of the car, basically. I've just taken the gaskets off just so I can double check stuff. But what I'm going to do is get it all fitted up loose, and then kind of, I've got some exhaust paste as well just to help aid the joins. These decent carbon composite gaskets, they should be alright, but I always use a bit of paste, I always find it a bit better, especially for aftermarket stuff. So put this bit on first, bit of paste around the flange, gasket, new hardware, or bolts if you're in the UK, and then the same again on this end. But what I'll do is, like I say, put it up in sections. I do also obviously have these, so I've gone along and pulled all the old ones off. So these are a bit knackered, a bit cracked. Didn't really need to, they'd have gone again, but it saves an exhaust being really wobbly and annoying and rattly. So we'll get them fitted on. So what I'll do is I'll probably fit these onto the car, and then, just because it'll be a bit easier, put a bit of grease through there and then start fitting everything on. But what I'll probably do is get that cat fitted on and then go from there. Like I say, I did run through this before, but the cat it's got a silencer in it basically. So basically they call it a cat bypass pipe. So my car doesn't legally need a cat, but I also don't want it to be really stupidly noisy and to the point where it just doesn't sound very nice. So you can see in there. So this was about £80. It's fully stainless, as obviously it's got lifetime warranty and stuff with it. So it's a decent piece of kit. I'm hoping it's going to be silenced nicely enough, but obviously still have a nice raspy sound. So let's get this bit on first, and then put those rubbers on, and then yeah, move forward with it. Time to get all the new shiny bits on. Alright, so for a lot of help, we've got the cat in, middle pipe, new bushings, pretty happy with that. It was a right ball ache. Gaskets didn't quite line up very nicely, but we got there in the end. You can kind of see the bore that's going to be now. Time to fit the fun bit, which is the back box. Fingers crossed that goes a bit better, but yeah, we're getting there. So we'll obviously do a heat cycle and then check everything, but it looks a bit too fancy for this car. Right guys, sun is in my eyes, that roof needs to come off, but what do you all think? It's loud, I knew it would be loud. Do I like it? Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I'm really impressed with it. It sounds nice, it sounds like a good verbal. I didn't finish filming doing it because it just needed another pair of hands, but there we go, all fitted up. I did the heat cycles, I tightened everything back down again. I need to sort those toe knives out, they look horrible now next to that. But yeah, I've got the option of putting the baffle back in it if I wanted to. I do daily this car, and it is very, very noisy. So yeah, see how I live with it really, and see how I get on. But yeah, after all the aggro I had really with Malian, getting me to give me a proper exhaust that wasn't damaged, I'm really, really happy with it. It suits the car. One thing I will clarify with you guys is, and I didn't before, probably you've all noticed now, but off camera, I've got the actual import Eunos back panel now. If eagle eyes on Instagram and stuff would have noticed it. And also I've done a bumper cut. So this is courtesy of Bofi Racing. I went on their website, well, I googled just bumper cuts for Mazdas. People cut out the whole thing, people cut out bits of it. Someone cuts up to that line sometimes and it just looks too much for a road car. Basically the rear bumper acts as a parachute. And obviously I want to track day this, I want to just enjoy it. And I also think it looks tons better. If you remember, I had two massive elephant feet fog lights, which I'm yet to relocate my fog light, but what I'm probably going to do is put up one of these clusters. I'll put like a little race fog light in the middle maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I'm happy with it. What do you think to the bumper cut? So basically all Bofi Racing's kit does, excuse me for the shadows, is it takes the original aperture and you measure it and then you redo it basically. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I really like the bumper cuts. So future plans for the rest of the car, let's run through them. That is the end of the video, guys. Sorry I really didn't film too much. I need another pair of hands with it. It was getting a bit fiddly and stuff like that, but I'm not going to do a how to fit video because you just don't need to. It's quite self-explanatory. I whipped the 2 bolts out of my cat with the help of my impact gun. I would never have done it without that, so massive thank you from my other half for buying me that for my Christmas present, because it's flipping awesome. Saved the day today, because you would never want a grinder in there. To recap with the Malian exhaust, yes, it's not for everyone. Everyone's going to go, you're going to hate the exhaust, the sound of it, it's too loud, blah, 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 blah. I've got a sports cat. It's not noisy inside the cabin. Wind your windows up. It's just a nice burble. If anything, the Mini's just as noisy. Yeah, I'm really quite happy with it. The actual fit and finish of it is quite nice. So MX5 spares from a sports cat, and then the fit and finish of the actual Malian exhaust is lovely. I'm really impressed with it. So yeah, just see how I get on. It's a different car. It feels less restricted. There's less rattles, which is always a good thing. Yeah, I'm really impressed with it. I have to admit, it's been a long time coming just to get a bit of time. We're on the bank holiday weekend now, and I really, really wanted just to get it fitted. Like I mentioned, I wanted a Jap car. Yes, again, you could buy any other Jap car. And I wanted a Jap Can box. I've always wanted one ever since playing like Need for Speed. You know, like, wind it on a year, I might regret it, but you've got to relive what you got to live what you want, and this is what I want. Quickly, future plans for this car. We're potentially going to road trip it to Europe this year if restrictions let us. Possibly coinciding with maybe the IMM, but we want to go and visit other stuff, so we don't know what we're going to do yet. But the thought of having the roof off, so you know, it's going to be good. Might stick the baffle in for that. Might be a bit too noisy, but yeah, I'm really quite happy with it. Yeah, I have to admit, I'm really quite happy with it. Right, future plans. We're thinking of a road trip this year if restrictions allow, maybe coinciding with IMM. Violet, albeit she's fine, I'm getting married this year, or trying to take 2 because we couldn't last year because of COVID. And she's my only wedding car. Now, she's fine. She would make the trip fine, but she's got an underlying issue with the gearbox, and for me, it's just a bit too much to risk 2,500 miles. So we're potentially going to take this with a roof off to Italy and visit more things, not just the Mini thing. So we'll make a bit of a vlog of it maybe. It'll be quite good. That's the plan really for this year for the car. Mod wise, I want to do a chin spoiler. I want a new front lip for it. The Eunos one's cracked. I've got my eyes on the one. I'll be coming back to Bofi Racing because their customer service was awesome. They were great. They were so helpful, and they just sell one of everything that I want. I want to do a roll cage or half roll cage and the door bars. So TR Fabs, I think they're called, or TR Lane, sorry. They make that. I kind of want to go with that, just to make it a bit more rigid, just to make it a bit more safe, and plus it looks just badass, doesn't it? So a roll cage in this would look good. That's another quite big mod, I guess. Next thing is 2 seats. I really love some bride seats. If anyone's got a nice set of bride Lomax in decent condition, you know, I'd love a set, even if the reps, just as long as they're good reps, I'll be happy with that. Yeah, and then I really think I'd love to paint the car. Following on from the chin spoiler, I need to change the wheels. I've got the coilovers, which you've seen in the previous video, so it'll be coilovers, some wheels, We've just done disc pads and calipers up front, done the bumper cut that I've always wanted. Again, apologise for not filming that. I did it actually in the rain. It wasn't much fun on myself, but I kind of had an idea in my head of, I'm going to make it happen. I heated those fog lights and did that. Yeah, I kind of like how she looks. I just want to do a few things to make her a bit more driving nice. Yeah, but this video really is just an update. Really fitted the exhaust, really happy with it. Yeah, catch you next one, guys. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Please hit a like on this video if you really enjoy it. Loads of stuff coming on Mazda. Stuff you do want to see on Mazda, let me know. Hopefully we'll get together with James soon with the Mark II. That'll be very fun. I really want to try and get out on track with it. That's why I kind of like the idea of this exhaust to have the baffle and put it, you know, and I've got a cat still. It's not ridiculously loud. Yeah, it's a really nice deep rumble, and I think it's just going to be really nice to live with. I'm going to document the Mazda as much as I can. I know it's not for everyone, but for me, I want it to look back on. That's why I started the channel. And the fact that you guys quite enjoy it, and the fact that we've got other cars coming like the Volvo and things like that, we've got loads. So yeah, that's enough from me. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to enjoy the sun. We're going to get this bloody roof off. I'm going to go for a bit of a drive. The other thing with this car, I've actually had a cracked windscreen, so it hit me the other day. So that needs to be sorted. So that's another mod coming soon, or mod replacement part. But yeah, we're getting there, guys. That's the main thing. And yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to shut up now, like I keep saying. I'm going to go enjoy the sun. I'll catch you next one, guys. If you haven't already, check out our link in the description to Frost, our sponsors. If you haven't already, please smash that the subscribe button. That's the word. Subscribe button, guys. And then yeah, let's really move forward with this car, because I'm really enjoying owning it.